Joining us right now is a very special guest. We have with us Mr. Sonu Sood, who's known as the Messiah of the poor, of the migrants, for the act that he did, the very kind and considerate act. But Sonu doesn't believe so. He's now writing a book which shall be available in the bookstores very, very soon, where he says, "I'm not a Messiah." Sonu, good evening and welcome to NDTV. Why do you not want to call yourself a Messiah when you've got lakhs and lakhs of people calling you exactly that?
Yeah, thank you so much, Sanket, for having me. And of course, I don't believe that I'm a Messiah to anyone. I think I'm a part of their journey. I'm a part of every single migrant who is living and who wants to come back to the bigger cities to earn some bread and butter for their family. So I totally believe that the connection that I got, during last 6 months has made me one of them. I don't believe that I'm any sort of Messiah.
Now, can you tell us a little bit? I know this book is going to be out very soon, and people can pre-order it from some of the websites, also very prominent websites. I just wanted to know, would you like to tell our viewers exactly what was going on in your mind, what got you thinking that you need to do what you did, and at a time when I think everybody had a sense of empathy in their heart, you actually did a pioneering work of putting that empathy to action. So what triggered this reaction to begin with?
I don't know. I still I remember the first day when I started my whole journey of giving food to all these people with almost 200 packets, and I thought, I've done my job as an individual, and now we have to wait for the whole coronavirus to end. But that's the time the whole journey started, when I saw these millions of migrants walking, on foot back to their villages, and I thought, this is not going to, end if I don't go on roads. And then the whole journey started of sending them back to their homes, getting them permissions done. And in the whole journey, almost I got connected to 7.5 lakh people. Every single individual I have, the name, the data, where they live, their contact numbers. And in these 7.5 lakh people, so almost 2.5 lakh people we were able to send back to their homes in those months. And now, getting jobs on Pravasi Rozgar, or getting them medical treatment on Ilaj India. So all these platforms, I never ever knew any way how to start that and how it's going to happen. So, giving scholarships on Scholarify, where they talk about education, employment, and giving them whatever they need. So I think this journey was very special, and I was not programmed. I never learned in any school or my college how to do it. But I think it's their love and the faith they had in me that taught me every single day that, okay, how can I get a network where they will get the education they want, the medical treatment they want, the jobs they want. So I'm learning every single day, but I promise you, soon I'll get connected with the whole of country, and I'll make sure that, I'll try to remove as many as sorrows I can. And I think the book was the best way to put everything. My mom, who was a professor, I still remember, she's no more now, but she always used to tell that, Sonu, whatever happens special in your life, always write something, because with time you tend to forget. And after she passed away, I started writing those things. And I never knew that there will be a time when I'll be able to write something that I've experienced. And, all thanks to my friend Meena K. Ayer, who again, joined me in the whole journey. And now we have all these special people who are still connected with me, how we got them migrated from one place to other during this lockdown, the difficulties we had, and once they finally reunited with all their loved ones.
And I think you kind of started liking it, Sonu, isn't it? Because, it did not just stay restricted to the migrants. There were people writing in about how they were facing a problem with having no tractor, and that a family had to get the girls to plow the fields, and you said, fine, you'll have a tractor soon. I think you've started enjoying this. Do you think it's an enjoyable experience, helping people?
It's the best experience of it's the best experience of my life, Sanket. I was never so excited, seeing those box office numbers of 100 crore, 200 crore movies that I did all my life. I've done many in South or in Hindi. But this, every day I do almost 18 to 20 surgeries every single day, from kidney transplants to liver transplant to various heart surgeries. And every day when we end the day and we say, okay, these 18, 20 surgeries are successful, these people can live now peacefully, the kind of happiness you get, it's immense. There are 4 to 5 scripts that I've got during this lockdown. I haven't read even a single script. And, all my directors, point out, hey, you're an actor, boss, that's what you have to do. Why you should give time to the, all this script. But I have another 200 people waiting for me every single day. So I have to get connected. So yeah, I thoroughly enjoyed it. And I think this is kind of a rejuvenation for me.
And I also remember that day when you had tweeted also, and I remember you telling me that this is the best gift and the greatest gift that I have got, or the biggest award that I have got, when there was a Durga Puja pandal in your name. It had your statue. I mean, how did that feel?
It's I remember standing in those queues to see those Durga Puja pandals, and one day you get your statue and they try to honor it. And when these guys called me, they said, we got all the awards this year. It was the most visited Durga Puja pandal ever. And those moments, I would say, make me believe that somewhere my mom and dad sitting in the heavens are doing everything that I'm doing today. And I generally leave for my shoot at around about 7:30 in the morning. From 5 to 5:30, Sanket, every day I have meeting with my doctors and my hospital owners that how we can line up and make it big. And they come to the hotel, with ties and all that. And said, apologies that we are meeting at 5:30, but we have to make it big. But the whole, it's like a wave, and they feel that we feel we are a part of this whole moment, and the moment that I know how it started, but yeah, it's just a beginning. I promise you, it's going to go to a level which no one will ever imagine.
And when it reaches that level, Sonu, I'm sure you have battled this criticism. How would you respond to people calling all of this a PR stunt? I'm sure you must have heard this on a number of occasions where people say he'll do anything for PR. How far will the PR stunt go? I'm sure many people call this book also a PR. How would you respond to them?
When I started the whole journey, my director, who's directing me for Prithviraj, he told me that, Sonu, you have started a journey where a lot of people will try to blame you, they'll try to criticize you, and most of the people in this journey always leave midway because they said, I'm not here to face this criticism because I'm doing good, and why should I face? And they leave that journey. Don't leave it, because that's the first step towards your goals, and they will be there. And now when they started, so I don't really bother. The day someone criticizes me that you're doing it, we do extra 10 surgeries that day. We do extra 100 students in some kind of courses. So it doesn't really, we are living in a population of 135 crore people. So even if few numbers think that I'm doing it wrong and this is not the way to do it, I'm happy. At least I'm able to touch rest crores of people.
So, why do you think that we Indians love to declare people messiahs, or we always want a fairy or a messiah to come in our lives and help us with all our problems? Why do you think that people always want to keep all those who help them on a pedestal? Why do they do it? Is it helplessness? What?
I think it's just especially from someone whom you don't know. Most of the people I haven't met in my life, all the people we get connected on different platforms, and still their jobs are done. I remember last night, I slept at 2:30 in the night, and I was going through my Twitter timeline, and I saw this case of this young, 2-month-old baby who needed a heart surgery. I spoke to the doctor in the night, and he said it's a very urgent surgery and he has to report immediately we have to save his life, and tomorrow the surgery is happening. And imagine that guy, he was in Hyderabad, and he started crying on the phone, and he said, sir, I never knew that my son will die, and now the surgery is happening. Thank you so much and all. So imagine that person I have never met in my life. I don't know whether I'll meet him ever or not. He will live. I'm sure. I believe that he'll live with some kind of memories of Sonu Sood. That okay, in the middle of night he called and he saved my life. Or maybe when the son will grow up to be an adult, he'll say, okay, one day, years back, Sonu Sood saved your life. So I think that's why people show their love by calling you Messiah, or you are our God, or whatever they want to say. But I think that loves keep us on our toes, and we keep on doing our bit, and that keeps us motivated to do right in life. And I think it's good that at least we need many more people to come forward and help change this world.
Okay, a couple of questions, Sonu, before we let you go. Most of the migrants that you helped and we spoke to a lot, we interviewed a lot on their way while they were walking. I mean, terrible scenes of them walking with their children. We saw a degree of helplessness, sadness, and also anger towards the political dispensation. I first want to know, what was your experience when you were talking to these people? Were they angry or helpless with the fact that here is a government that is not listening to us, but an actor is?
They were very helpless. They were, I remember when, the day I had arranged a travel of 2,500 people, and there were 4,000 to 5,000 people waiting for me to get them back to their homes. So they were helpless, they were pleading, and they were very angry also. They said, we are not here to die. We live in this country. Why are we not allowed to enter UP or Bihar? We have our homes. We have our parents living there. So we need to go back to our natives. So I think somewhere we failed, yes. And I wish, there was a smooth sail for, but everyone, no one was ever actually prepared to face this pandemic. But all said and done, the whole crisis taught us a lot of things, that, you have to stay strong, and you need someone to come forward and take care of your responsibilities or your needs. Otherwise, the people will lose faith in the system.
But Sonu, as you said, most of these migrants were from UP and Bihar, and they were angry that they've been just left there on the road. And yet you have a result of an election which has just come, where the ruling incumbents are back. So that anger is not reflected in the voting pattern, but that anger existed on the ground. I mean, how does one look at this? Did this ever come to your mind when you were looking at the results?
Actually, I don't know what people, they must be seeing something right coming, or they must be having some hopes. Like you just said, people in India, they have a lot of hopes from people. They sometimes give you a second chance, sometimes give you a third chance, but they want their lives to come to a better platform, so that everything can ease in their whole system. I've got connected with a lot of people from Bihar and all these places. They are in bad shape, where they talk about education, where they talk about the infrastructure facilities. I just hope and I believe that today, when we have these election results, whoever wins, that's not important. The thing is, when we talk again after 5 years, we should have a different Bihar. True. Where people believe and they don't regret what they have done, but they should be proud for choosing a government which gave them what they believed in.
Well said. And they shouldn't have to look to a Sonu Sood to do what government should ideally do. Is that the case?
Sonu Sood will always be there, whether they need me or not. I'm just a phone call away, and okay. I'm going to. It's growing every day, so I'm going to be there for them.
Sure. Sonu Sood, congratulations on the book, and I'm definitely going to read this one. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. God bless you. Thank you so much.